Welcome to Jam with
Jordan,
Andrew,
and Matt, where we use barroom banter, some slight vulgarity, and a little bit of trolling to break down the previous week and the week forward in sports. This week we'll be looking at a recap of Week 8 in the NFL, and then a decent look at Week 9. Today was a trade deadline, so a lot of good stuff to talk about. Let's start with last week. Honestly, the games were decently predictable. Jordan kind of went a little heavy on some of his favorite teams, and that cost him. So he has to drink a couple 40s for that. One of those games was Seattle at Detroit.
we all picked Detroit.
I
was
Detroit.
Say,
yeah.
Whoa.
Don't get me wrong. Like, we all picked Detroit because Seattle's been playing like ass, and I thought Detroit was on the way up. And you were at the game. How was that for you?
It was absolutely horrendous to watch. Like, I don't understand it, but our defensive line could not even close to get to Russell Wilson. We did not even touch that man.
Which is rough, like, because their O-line in Seattle has been historically bad.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Like, that's why he sucked last year, is because he was under so much pressure.
Well, Russell Wilson was also scrambling ridiculously, too. He got away quite a bit. Like, he was just being chased down and he was just throwing the ball away. He had all the time in the world to throw, though. All the time in the world.
He had a couple touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett got one.
Ridiculous touchdowns,
and Dixon got one.
Yeah.
Fucking Dixon.
And then they ran that.
Chris Carson ran hard, didn't he?
He did. Chris
well.
Carson did really good that game.
Snacks looked pretty good, too, though. Damon Harrison was playing very well.
Wasn't enough, buddy.
Yeah, well,
They had
because
that-
you can't play well if you can't even touch the quarterback. He had a lot of good stops, though, for the running game, but I mean, when you're on the field most of the time, the offense looked absent at best. They weren't using Kerryon Johnson the right way again, because they were just like,
Which is weird,
let's
too,
throw
because
LeGarrette
the game plan should have been Seattle's has a horrible run defense, run the ball through quick guy, don't throw in the big guy.
That's what I was thinking, but...
Matt Patricia, what are you doing, buddy? Let's see. Green Bay played in L.A. against the Rams. Not that anyone expected Green Bay to win. We've spoke about it before. Aaron Rodgers, biggest, what was it? Over-under against him since he's...
spread.
Or biggest spread against him?
9.
It opened at 9. And they lost that game because Ty Montgomery fumbled the kickoff at the end of the game. Because they would have gotten the ball back and they could have thrown down and scored.
So Ty Montgomery, I think he was just really upset. They're not using him for no reason. He was pretty good last season.
Yeah, as a running back, yeah.
He was playing pretty well last season.
Yeah, he was.
They're not even using Aaron Jones either. They're using fucking Jamal Williams, who hasn't been that good. So it's
the Packers have they've been
This is the Mir Abdullah effect. They want to use Jamal Williams, so they're going to use Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
Even though Aaron Jones
is better.
And Ty Montgomery was better.
They could do more Ty
Montgomery.
Montgomery.
And the only time they used Ty Montgomery was just barely. And at the end of the game, when Ty Montgomery's in the flat, Aaron Rodgers chucks it at his feet. Doesn't even give him a chance to make a play on the ball. And he's fast. He's quick. He could have gotten upfield and gotten him a first down, but he chucked it at his feet. So Ty Montgomery looked pretty mad on the sideline, and then he went out and fumbled the ball. I don't think the fumbling was on purpose, but he didn't listen to his coach because the coach told him to stay in the end zone.
Yeah, he definitely ran the shot.
He definitely ran it out.
But he ran it out against his coach's wishes because he wanted to do him because he was upset.
And I mean, you can't do that, right? Like,
well, yeah, no, I'm not saying he should have done that, but I can understand why he did it.
Fair enough.
But
I mean, I think we all can agree to the fact that the Rams are good, right? Like, offensively, defensively, they have a full package right now.
Oh my God, that defense only got dirtier too.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, that defense made some moves at the trade deadline.
I think they should have done better against the Packers. Like, the Packers don't have a great defense. Like, they don't have a good defense.
Still Aaron Rodgers.
I understand that, but they didn't put up the points against the defense.
I don't think they pressed on the gas the same way you think they might have wanted to either. Like, they had the lead. They had the game.
They would have won by more had Todd Gurley scored at the end.
Yeah, but they coming into the end of the first, they were down 10-0.
So.
Yeah, but I mean, if you had the
every
lead,
every team's allowed to have a bad week. They had a bad week and still won.
The Packers defense showed up and held them 4 straight punts, which then hadn't happened to them all season.
The Patriots against the Bills.
And then they'll come out next week against the
Teams
Packers.
are
and
allowed
torch them.
to have bad weeks. They had a bad week and still won.
The Rams are good. They're going far in playoffs. They're going to be amazing to watch.
Probably in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, I bet on them to win.
Yeah, I'm upset I didn't make that bet.
That was honestly
Me too. I
might
have
be
to
the
look at it
best
every
bet
time
I've
I go
made
on there.
in a very long time.
Yeah, I know.
Only other games that were probably exciting to watch was that New Orleans Minnesota game on Monday night.
Sunday
night. I mean, that was a fun game.
Yeah.
Saints came out, they won, they did what they've been doing all year. They scored more than their opponent.
And the fucking
I mean,
Vikings,
that's I guess technically how football works,
they
but
didn't even do well though. The Vikings were playing. They didn't do well until the end, and they only lost by what did they lose by a touchdown? 10. So a touchdown and a field goal.
Yeah.
And they got the touchdown in basically
No, it's
garbage
garbage
time.
time,
Which fucked me in fantasy because Adam fucking Thielen got a 1-yard touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown. Anybody else would run it in because you're at the 1-yard line unless you're fucking Seattle. But Kirk Cousins decided to try and run it in for a yard. What? What do you got to say?
Don't give a shit about your fantasy football, dude.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not saying fuck Adam Thielen. I'm saying it sucks.
you can say fuck Minnesota when we get into next week's games.
The Vikings are kind of. What do you think about them this year? They're not going to get the division. I don't know who's going to win the division. But
Wait, why are they not going to win the division?
I don't know if they're going to win the division.
Who's leading it right now?
He's going to say the Bears.
No, I don't think the
But it's
Bears
not-
are either, but the Packers can do it.
No.
I think Minnesota takes the division.
I think Minnesota takes the division.
Without a doubt. And if Dalvin Cook comes back,
They have the
they're
best
definitely
team.
going to take it.
They have the best all-around team, period.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's not...
But Kirk Cousins isn't looking good.
I mean,
I don't care.
I don't care. Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs will look good.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But
All right.
if they don't have him, do they get a wild card? Maybe.
They're going to playoffs.
They're
going to
getting- yeah,
playoffs.
they're-
That's not a
regardless, they're going to
question.
playoffs.
Yeah.
All right. Today was a trade deadline. I can't speak today. Today was a trade deadline. A lot of big things happening. A lot of pieces moving. The first kickoff to this day was basically the Broncos sending Demaryius Thomas to Houston for a 4th-round pick next year, and then a swap of 7th-round picks. So to me, that's not a lot. I think that the Houston Texans are going to steal Demaryius Thomas. I think he's played like ass with Denver. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's because Case Keenum is fucking horrible.
Last year, he's had bad quarterbacks the last couple seasons, but he's on a decline.
Oh yeah, I mean he's definitely
He's not
I think
looking.
peak.
Emmanuel Sanders is playing outrageously.
Emmanuel
good.
Sanders is older than he is.
That's what I'm saying. Emmanuel Sanders is playing outrageously good. So what's Demaryius Thomas's?
Yeah, but Demaryius Thomas was the number 1 in Denver. He's going to go be the number 2 in Houston, opposite DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's good for him.
I think it's huge for him because what Will Fuller's done, I think Demaryius Thomas can do that.
Oh
Yeah.
and
even
way
playing
better, and a way
poorly,
better.
even playing poorly this year, I still think Demaryius Thomas looks
had an
good.
alright- he's had an alright
He's just
season.
he looks like he hasn't been trying.
yeah. Well, so he's better. He's a better receiver than Will Fuller. That's for sure. Even at his older age. So
Well, he's smarter, and I think he's a better.
he
He
knows
has
how
better
to.
hands.
He knows how to run routes way better.
his routes are amazing.
He's
so crisp.
a route running a wide receiver.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
We'll
He's
see what
gonna
happens.
he's definitely going to make Deshaun Watson look a little bit better
Houston
too.
is going to be so much better now.
We'll see what happens, but I think they're going to take the division because of this. I think this actually helps.
They're
them
taking the
this.
division before this. Who
Yeah,
else is in the division?
It looks suspect though with
Who
the
else
season
is in the
starting.
division?
Well, they started
Well, yeah.
0-3, didn't they?
Yeah. Who cares? Now they're at the top of the division already.
Yeah, you're right.
Because the division is so bad.
I could argue Indy.
No,
you
you
can't.
can't.
I wouldn't argue
Indy
Indy.
looks bad.
Indy has
Even
no
when they're
pieces.
winning, they look
have
bad.
no pieces. But Marlon Mack's on the way up. I don't care.
Oh my God.
Houston.
Andrew Luck is overrated, and you just keep tooting his horn because Andrew Luck
Let's
is
stay
so
focused
great.
on trade deadline.
He has looked good this year.
Shut up.
Staying on the trade deadline. We all agree Houston looks a lot better with Demaryius Thomas running opposite Nuke Hopkins, right?
Yeah, oh fuck yeah.
And Lamar Miller's looking good lately also. He was looking like ass beginning of the season. He looks better running the ball.
The Houston defense has to stay healthy. J.J.
Yeah.
Watt, David
Yeah.
Clowney,
I mean-
Tyrann
Yeah.
Matthew.
Yeah, I mean, knock
All,
on wood,
all
but yeah.
have injury problems. They gotta
Yeah.
stay healthy. That's what's gonna be the downfall.
I mean, that's the NFL as a whole right now, though, right?
Yeah.
Injuries happen way more frequently than they used to,
But those
especially with
players, it
concussions
happens to
versus
a lot.
anything else.
Yeah.
Let's see. Detroit was next up. They traded Golden Tate to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 2019 third-round pick. I love the thought of Golden Tate in a green jersey right now. You know how good Philly's about to look? Dude, Philly definitely ran out. I
That's
think
why
Philly
it
won this.
kills
Philly
me.
wins the trade, right? They
yeah.
won the trade?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Like, it was the best situation for Detroit to get out of him at this late in the season. But
Sure.
I don't like the trade because I don't think they should have traded him.
should've
Like,
got him.
sure, he's end of his contract. This is his last year of his contract. But when you're still in a
He's
division,
good.
well, when you're still first of all, best wide receiver we have. Second of all,
What is with Philly taking up the NFC North's like rejected receivers? Alshon was the number 1 in Chicago. Golden Tate was the number 1 in Detroit. And now they get to go play with Carson Wentz, who looks really good right now.
like Eagles, I just don't understand why Detroit. Golden Tate's is probably leaving at the end of this season. We're not going to get anything out of it.
I mean, like, what do you think about
But
the thought,
when
like,
you're
Matt Patricia's,
still-
like, trying to cut out, like, older people, like, that might be, like, trying to undermine him as a coach?
Yeah. I mean, but it's the Patriot way, right? You trade away your best pieces because you don't need them.
We trade away your best pieces
You don't
that are
think
at
you
the
need
end
them.
of, like, their
You
longevity
don't
or their
think you need
usage. Yeah, like, you think you're going to do better. Yeah, I get that.
But that's the Patriot way, and they decided to bring it here.
I
But,
don't
like,
think
why
we
do you make
should-
a power move and
Yeah.
pick up a defensive tackle
I mean, you can ask
that
John
could
Gruden
make
the
you a
same
better...
question.
Okay, so John Gruden's an idiot, though. But, like, you make a move to get a defensive tackle to help your team get better to try and make maybe a playoff run if you have a chance
Yeah.
when you get there. But then you trade away your best receiver. Now, what kind of chance do we
Your
even have
shaky
to make the
offense
play?
got shakier.
Yeah, what kind of chance
I
do
mean,
we even have?
Well, I mean, the argument to be made
Marvin
is Marvin
Jones
goes
looks good
to...
1 week this season. Boomer bust. He's a boomer bust receiver. The
Yeah.
guy either has a really good game or he's not there.
But now you get to focus on Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay, who Kenny Galladay
We
didn't do
only
anything
should
this
be-
past week.
We
He
should be
is
focusing
good.
on Kenny Galladay. Well, that's what pissed me off about this last week playing Seattle.
Well, Matt Stafford didn't even look at him.
Yeah, we didn't use Kenny Galladay. We didn't use Jones. We didn't use our young, good players. And we went with Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones looked awesome this week. He was having an insane week. He was
He's
like,
fast. He's fast as
catching
shit.
well. But, like, we need Golden Tate. Golden Tate is the ultimate bailout receiver. Like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy, he's fast,
Yeah.
he's shifty, he plays slot. He's an amazing slot receiver. Like, insanely good at slot
I'm
receiver.
excited to watch Golden Tate in Philly.
Me too.
And
So, I hope
think
Philly wins.
I think that makes Philly look a lot better. Like,
I
their
want-
running game was suspect, which it
I
still
want
is.
my boy
but
Golden Tate to win a Super
now-
Bowl.
now Philly looks... I mean, let's
What's up?
chill out with that.
Philly's not going to win it.
They could.
They're not going
They're
to.
The
good
Rams are
enough.
gonna go.
If,
They're going to play the Rams.
If it's not the Rams, it's the Saints over the Eagles.
No, I agree with that.
I mean, I can see that. I want to see goal. I
Yeah.
want either the
I want
Saints.
to go for it. I want to...
So
I like all the teams coming out of the NFC this year. Like, I
Yeah,
love the
sure.
Rams because I love Gurley. I love Eagles because I want to see Golden Tate win and I like Carson Wentz. I want to see Drew Brees get another one really bad.
Yeah.
But, like,
there's a lot, and the Panthers. can
Carolina,
do it too.
yeah,
Yeah, he's solid
Carolina.
right now. That's
But
good.
okay, why you trade your number 1 receiver? If someone on that offense gets hurt, you're fucked. You lost your number 1 receiver.
We're already fucked. We're
I know,
done.
but
like,
no,
we just
you.
I-
I don't know
I
why you
want
guys
the
didn't go
Lions
against
to
Nah,
it.
tank.
you guys go out and sign
I
Brandon
want-
Marshall.
right.
Who Seattle Seahawks released Brandon Marshall today just to keep you up to date on why I made that comment. They let him go, and Brandon Marshall came out almost immediately afterwards and said he wants to keep playing.
Yeah.
Just
T.O.
go to
T.O.
bed, Brandon
wants to play
Marshall.
still too.
You're done.
I don't know why you guys didn't get someone else. Like you should get someone else on the offense.
So, Des Bryant.
He's still out there. That's true, and you can pick him up. That's a good point. And Golden Tate probably ate up quite a bit of that salary cap.
He
That'll be
did.
interesting.
He had a so.
And then they restructured
And
Marvin
we
Jones'
restructured
contract.
Marvin Jones'
Yep,
contract, freed
restructured
up
that.
$2.2 million.
Maybe we see. Actually, that I didn't think about that, but yeah, maybe Des Bryant is a line tomorrow. That'd be interesting.
Would rather you sign.
Honestly, that would be probably the best move you guys have made in a long time.
Yeah. Oh,
That'd be really good.
I'd rather you sign.
Another
him
like
than
Calvin
Brandon
Johnson
Marshall.
S-type receiver. What'd you say?
I'd rather you sign Des Bryant than Brandon Marshall. Last thing I need is Brandon Marshall coming back and playing the Bears twice this year. And
He's old. He's done.
fucking
He's
better.
still a
Yeah,
head
yeah,
case.
but watch him.
You can
spark
have Brandon
against-
Marshall.
Watch him spark
Dude,
against
he
the
was
Bears.
opposite Odell Beckham. He didn't do shit. I don't care. Brandon Marshall's trash at this point.
He was
Screwed
injured.
over.
He was injured when he played. I was just.
I don't
Yeah,
think he's still
he was-
injured now. He's still
He
injured
played.
now.
Well, yeah. He played like a
Seattle
week.
doesn't
All right.
know what to do.
Ty Montgomery, Green Bay dealt him to Baltimore
So-
for a 2020 7th round
Only
pick.
because
So,
they were just going to release him.
scraps.
Yeah. Well, they were just going to release him, so they were like,
Give
what
us
you
anything?
want. Yeah. Give us something. Get a return out of him.
What does it do for Baltimore?
Oh, it adds depth at running back. Alex Collins is good, but what do you have after that?
I'm not sure I would use the word
They
good.
have Alex Collins,
Alex
Buck
Collins is
Allen.
alright.
He's
Buck
fine.
Allen
Ty
sucks.
Montgomery,
But
and still
Allen
have Kenneth Dixon.
injured.
Yeah.
Still though.
But Ty Montgomery's a good depth running.
He's a utility player.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
They'll
They'll use him too.
He needs to go back to playing some receiver role.
He could too because all they have is John Brown, Willie Snead,
and Michael Crabtree. That's your
Willie
two wideouts in the slot.
Willie Snead sucks.
That's your two wideouts in the slot. But Ty Montgomery would be a decent piece. I
agree.
He's like a poor man's Christian McCaffrey.
I think it was smart.
He's a poor man's McCaffrey.
I think you can make a better comparison than Christian McCaffrey. I think Ty Montgomery's more like a Cordero Patterson at the time of his career.
Yeah.
No,
definitely.
He's a better man's Cordero Patterson. Because Cordero Patterson's career was not great. He had one good year in Minnesota, and then he was like kind of.
He looked really good yesterday.
Yeah, but that was just the Patriots being weird as fuck though with their play calling, right? Like no one thought he's gonna run the. He shouldn't be running the ball. He's way too tall, and he's small.
Really fast.
But he's like the size of like Steven Jackson with like no muscle. Like it doesn't make. He's just tall as shit.
He's quick.
He is quick, but he shouldn't be running the ball.
No,
you guys have a weak backfield because you lost Rex Burkhead and Sonny Michel.
Yeah, and James White's not a running back.
And
he's
like
passing
Kenyon
down
Barner
back.
now.
Kenyon Barner, it's going to be suspect for
Cordell Patterson.
Denver. I'm not sure what their thought process is going to be. But yeah, okay. Baltimore gets better. I don't think the Packers lose out too much on it. They need to switch to Aaron Jones. We all agree on that.
Well, what they did lose.
Oh yeah, that was just that. That's basically one of the next ones. They dealt HaHa Clinton-Dix, their safety, right?
Yeah.
To
their best
Washington for a 2019 4th-round pick. Washington's defense already looks good.
Why? I don't understand that trade.
That's got to be like something in the locker room, right?
I think they lost the most. On all the trades, they lost. The Green Bay Packers lost the most on that trade. HaHa Clinton-Dix is worth at least a second-round pick. He's so good.
He is good.
This guy is the best. He's the best, if not the second best secondary safety in the NFC
East.
Period. Name a better safety in the NFC.
I mean, the NFC, I guess no. Yeah, I don't know. AFC would be easier.
Landon Collins.
HaHa Clinton-Dix is good. There's no arguing.
He's a top 3, top 5.
Yeah, there's no arguing that he is good. And Washington's defense is going to look really good now. Like, they look good this past weekend.
Yeah. Washington's looking good. And I think
they're
probably
Washington's defense has looked good all
season. They might take the division.
They're going to take the division.
Well, Philly
There's
could
no
be a
way.
push.
No.
You just said Philly could be in the Super Bowl.
They're going to be a wild card.
You just said they could be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, just because they could be in the Super Bowl. But Redskins started hotter.
That's because the Washington offense is trash.
Yeah.
Minus AP right now, which is the hardest thing to say because he's old as shit.
Redskins started hotter. They have more wins. They're going to keep that up.
They have a better defense than Philly for sure.
They have the easiest schedule the rest of the year.
They have no offense.
They have the easiest schedule the rest of the year.
Yeah.
They do.
So the Redskins are going to win the division. Eagles are going to be the wild card, and Eagles would beat the Washington Redskins in a playoff game.
Their defense looks good. That's I honestly I don't know how you deal with HaHa Clinton-Dix either. He's been there for a minute. Like he's like
this is his 4th season.
They love him in Green Bay. Like
this is still his rookie contract.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like I don't. It's got to be something else,
for
right?
A 4th-round draft pick.
And it's got to be locker room issues, right?
That's insane to me.
Got to be locker room issues. Like maybe he's not going to along with Clay Matthews. Like I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Clay Matthews. This is his last season.
I mean,
I love Clay Matthews. I do love Clay Matthews.
Chicago take him for 1 year and then let him fucking suck there.
I think Detroit should.
You guys are really bad at picking up players after their prime.
Stop. Don't tell him to go to Detroit. I don't have a problem with Clay Matthews on the fact that he wears that stupid fucking G on his chest. If he goes to Detroit, I'm going to hate him even more.
All right. Let's see. Jacksonville dealt Dante Fowler, defensive end, to the Rams for... This trade's not bad, right? So a 3rd-round draft pick next year and a 5th round the following year. It's not a bad couple of trades, but it makes the Rams defense which is already amazing, so much better.
So there's the 3rd first-round pick that they have on their team. Because Ndamukong Suh was a first-round pick.
Yeah, Ndamukong Suh coming along.
Aaron Donald's a first-round pick. And now Dante Fowler's a first-round pick.
That front 7,
it's dirty.
Get the fuck out of here.
And they still have...
Akeem Talib on IR.
Oh yeah, he did go to IR. They were trying to trade for Patrick Peterson too. When I saw Rams
when the Cardinals were going, yeah.
Yeah, when I saw the Rams were trying to trade for Patrick Peterson, I was like, oh, buddy, watch out.
they have a good. He just got better. Like it's crazy because
dude, Rams are making Patriots moves. Right, they're signing people's small contract deals and trying to re-sign them after they do work.
Yeah, they're making fucking.
And people see that Sean McVay is doing a great job and they want to play before him because he's doing good.
I would be interested to see tomorrow where the Rams fall into projected like to win the Super Bowl, like what the odds are going to be for Vegas.
Oh.
Because like when I did it, like when I did the Namkasu
You
trade in
probably
the summer,
won't
it was
make
like
$1 on
14-1.
your bet.
It's got to be so much better
You're
already
gonna have
now.
minus odds. You're probably gonna win less than you bet.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
You bet
Dude,
10 to win.
The
4.
Rams.
It's like that on the Warriors.
I'm the biggest fucking bandwagon Rams fan right now.
I mean, I'm a fan of the Rams. I like Jared Goff before he got.
I like,
Like when he was still playing with that
pieces
jackass.
around Jared Goff. I love Brandon Cooks.
I love Jared Goff as a good
Todd
quarterback.
Gurley. I mean, I don't have a problem with Jared Goff. He's fine. He's just an average quarterback to me.
No, he's not.
Love-
He's above average.
I think he's thrown to above average players.
Like he's the top.
He's in the top half of the NFL, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Above
I think a lot of that has to
average
do
would
with.
be middle of the
I mean,
pack.
the problem is that like you have Blake Bortles, who's been a top 13 quarterback at least the last 3 years, and he's not, and he should not be in this conversation with Jared Goff.
Jared Goff's definitely a top 15 quarterback.
Yeah,
Right.
100%.
I'm saying Blake Bortles isn't, but he gets put there because he's been a top 13 quarterback or better the last 3 years.
Blake Bortles.
Yeah. And that's because he pads his stats into the game. Now, I'm not saying that Jared Goff does that because Jared Goff looks good throughout the game.
Yeah.
I'm just
Blake
saying
Bortles
he's
is
like an
trash.
average quarterback to me, right? I mean that's it for the trades.
So
It was fun. Reading about it, that all came like
Oh,
literally
dude.
at 4:00 today
Yeah,
on Eastern
everything
time. That was
was
fun
coming
to
in.
watch.
That
Phone was
was.
going crazy at the end of the day. I guess to talk about the trade deadline, I guess the best way to finish it up is Le'Veon Bell did not show up and sign his franchise tag. Therefore, they could not deal him today, which means he gets to stay a Steeler for the rest of the season.
and screw them out of $7 million.
Yep.
Yeah. So his contract was like $14.5 million. He gets paid essentially $880,000 a week. He missed the first half of the season. He's still primed to make $7.7 million if he goes back this week.
Which is great. Good for Le'Veon.
Hey, he stays healthy. He gets to spend. He got to spend the first half of the season going to strip clubs. I guess. Like I'm
Yeah.
not sure what else he was
Well,
doing. I'm
screw-
sure he worked out. Like he knows he's coming back. And
Oh
he's
yeah.
got a future
No, he is.
still.
He is definitely still
Oh, yeah.
staying in tip-top shape. Like screw the Steelers. Screw the Steelers. I'm happy he did what he did. Even if they called him and was like, "Hey, we'll trade you if you come back and sign this tag," and he was just like, I don't want
Well,
you to
hey,
get
I
shit
would
out of
if
me.
I was him, I wouldn't want to let them trade me. I'd
No,
want to be
fuck no.
making sure I was like
Screw
my
that.
finger on the button
Screw
on
the
that.
Screw the Steelers.
Dude, if he gets to go as a free agent next season, he gets to pick where he goes, and he gets to make sure he gets his money. Fuck that, take that.
Like-
Because the trade is just going to be someone else picking up his contract, right?
Yeah.
So like he has zero control. What if they deal him to fucking like I don't know Cleveland? Actually, Cleveland wouldn't be bad because they can still
Well,
run
they-
on the Steelers.
Yeah.
But like, what if they deal him to like some shit ass team like?
Like you trade him to the San Francisco
Lions.
49ers.
Yeah, the Niners is probably a shit team you could go to.
The Lions. He'd be good at the Lions. Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
I mean, the Lions would be a contender.
Yeah.
Anywhere he goes would be infinite, like so much better than
Get
what they
better,
currently are.
but-
But they could deal him to a team that's not going to playoffs.
Yeah, like
The
Tennessee
Niners or like, yeah, the Titans are screwed. Miami's done at this point.
All right, so the way we're gonna do the contest this week to see who's gonna be on the show next week with us is going to be you're gonna tell us your opinion on Blake Bortles on the page.
Leave a comment. Say this is my thoughts on Blake Bortles. Something.
All right, we'll read the first three, and the one we like the most will win.
Probably gonna need to be something negative because 2 out of the 3 of us hate Blake Bortles.
You can say positive things, and if we,
We'll laugh at you. You might get a couple comments on
I mean, we could agree a little bit,
I like you.
but that guy'll like you for some reason. But like, tell us what you think. Tell us your honest opinion of Blake Bortles. You can use stats and tell us he's good. If we
Yeah,
like,
you put something down this.
if we like your whoever has the best opinion that we thought was the most thought out, we're gonna pick you. Top 3, first 3 to enter. We'll decide this weekend, and we will have you on our show at 9:00 next Wednesday.
Drink will be provided. You're welcome.
Send a message to our Facebook page.
We're actually going to do our 40s next Wednesday.
Well,
2
guess
of them.
That's gonna be rough for my next Thursday.
Yes.
All right.
See about that.
Anyways,
You gotta start doing
so let's we have to catch one of those 40s. We're definitely behind on a few.
Yeah.
that.
Let's
You
take a
guys
look
are
at week
certainly
9.
behind on Rice's.
I says yeah. I'm gonna say you just picked up 240, so you're ahead of me on 40s now.
I have 4.
Yeah.
You have 3.
Yeah.
You have 5.
You have a lot.
7.
5?
You do have 7.
I have 5.
No, you
I
have
think it's
7.
I think it's 5.
I definitely knew how much it was.
Fine.
Yeah. All right. Start off this week in football. There's a couple better games this week
There's
than
a
there
lot
were
better
last
games.
week. The Monday night game this week is trash, so that's gonna be unfortunate.
Thursday night game is
More
trash.
Yeah. God, they should really flex games way more frequently.
They won't do it for Thursday night because people are going to watch regardless.
Was Carr versus Garoppolo going to be a good game? I don't think so.
I mean, it sounded good if you thought Jimmy G was good. Anyways, the
Yeah.
Thursday night game, Oakland is in San Fran.
Battle of
Gross.
the Bay.
To be fair, Oakland looked really good this past week, right?
Let's say this though. Oakland at the beginning of the season was that people thought they were going to be good. That's why they're on the Thursday night game with the 49ers.
Oh yeah,
You
same
think
reason.
both teams are going to boom? They both end up busting because one gets injured and one's coach trades away their
Everything,
best players.
like the whole
He
entire
blessed
house.
the Bears.
But all right, so we got to pick these games anyways. I'm taking Oakland over San Fran.
I'm taking Oakland. Battle of the Bay. You know, San Fran's favored in that game.
Are they really?
Yep.
No shit.
Yep.
That's disgusting.
Yep.
I believe it.
Why?
They just lost their best receiver, and I don't think they're going to be good. I'm taking San Fran.
Oakland didn't look bad this past weekend without Amari Cooper.
I'm taking San Fran.
I like Derek Carr better.
San Fran by 3.
I like Derek Carr better.
CJ Beathard.
It's San Fran by 3. I like
You're taking San Fran?
Yeah,
I'm taking
San
Oakland.
Francisco.
Alright, I'm taking Oakland too. I also like Doug Martin. He's an old fucking ass. Alright, Atlanta is in Washington. I'm taking the Falcons because Matt Ryan puts up big numbers.
They're in Washington?
They're in Washington. I'm still taking Atlanta.
I'm taking Washington.
Defense over offense?
Yeah.
I'm taking Washington. Yeah.
Guys, just to let you know, I get the Redskins have a solid defense. There's no arguing that. But I think Matt Ryan puts up 4 touchdowns.
No, it's the Falcons have a terrible defense.
Yeah.
And AP is going to have
And
a
AP has been
field day.
playing his mind out of his mind.
And Kirk Cousins,
I could see
Not Kirk
them
Cousins, Alex Smith.
I could honestly see
Wow.
I could honestly see Washington coming
Poor
out
man's Kirk Cousins.
trying to
Seriously.
mind fuck the Falcons and just passing the entire day and watching Alex Smith
dude.
just suck.
it's in Washington. They're playing for the. I think they got it this year. They could have it. I like it.
See how that works out. Detroit is I can't speak today. Detroit is visiting Minnesota. I'm taking Minnesota.
I'm definitely going to take the Vikings.
All right, hometown fan, what you got? You gonna stick with your Lions this
I
week?
just don't know that I can pick the Lions anymore.
I mean, I wouldn't pick them in Minnesota anyways if I was you, but
I would pick
you
them
picked
if he
them
still had
last
Golden
week
Tate.
also.
I'd still pick them
Really?
Yeah.
That's your.
because we play good against good teams. We play bad
Minnesota's not really a
against.
good team this year.
We overachieve
They're not that
against.
good.
Wait,
good
so are
teams.
you picking the Lions?
Minnesota's
Is this the
sure.
mountain you want to die on?
Fuck. I really died.
You're
Picking the
taking-
Lions.
all right.
Doing it. I gotta do it.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. I'm excited to actually watch the game. All right, Pittsburgh's in Baltimore. Does Le'Veon Bell show up this week?
Pittsburgh.
But
I don't care
does-
whether Le'Veon Bell shows up or not. He might show up. He's not gonna play.
Baltimore's defense.
You
is
know
better.
they already beat them this year.
Okay.
Baltimore already beat Pittsburgh this year. In
I
Pittsburgh.
don't care.
In Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Okay.
Pick them.
I'm taking Antonio Brown. He's great. Big Ben still,
I don't know what the
he's
fuck
fine.
happened to Baltimore last week against Carolina, but
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton is awesome. The sooner you realize that, the better
It's
your
okay.
life
It's
is
really
gonna
easy for you to
be.
pick Carolina this week, so don't worry about it. But pick between the Pittsburgh and Baltimore game.
You gotta pick Cam.
I'm gonna pick Pittsburgh.
All right.
God damn.
So that game's gonna be a wash for us. Kansas City's in Cleveland, so I'm just gonna write KC for all of us down because
No, I'm playing
Cleveland
Kansas
just got a new head coach, new offensive coordinator. They still suck. I don't think Baker Mayfield's amazing, and Pat Mahomes is the fucking truth.
It's not Baker Mayfield's fault. It's Hugh Jackson's. You see, he was happy that Hugh Jackson's gone because it's not. It's Hugh Jackson was a fucking moron. He's not a good coach.
Just pick the Chiefs so I can move on.
Of course, I'm picking the Chiefs. The fuck? Just
All right, the Jets are in Miami. That's gonna be a boring game.
I don't even know who to pick.
I'm taking Miami.
I'm taking.
Jets.
I'm taking Miami.
I'm taking Jets.
Yeah, I'm taking Brocktober also.
J-E-T.
Although this
Jets,
won't even be
Jets,
Brocktober.
Jets.
This will be November. Brockvember?
Brovember.
Brovember?
Let's not.
Super douchey.
Let's not do that.
I just think Miami. Yeah, I'm taking Miami. That's is Elijah McGuire back this week for the Jets though? Potentially.
I honestly don't care.
Doesn't matter if it's him or it's Isaiah Crowell. It's not like I want to be betting on either one of those two guys, but you got the Jets.
I probably couldn't name them five.
Goddamn
Jets.
Jets.
Benny and the Jets.
Chicago is in Buffalo. Andrew, you pick first.
You don't want to
No,
take.
you pick first.
I'm taking Chicago.
I don't know. Nathan Peterman's kind of the better.
Oh, yeah, Nathan
quarterback.
Peterman's starting because Derek Anderson got a concussion.
You don't believe that you're being a troll? That's the trolling on the show?
Chicago, 100%.
Chicago.
Better.
The Bears could lose
Defense.
because of the Bills' defense, and
Better
wouldn't
everything.
be the Bills' defense.
Yeah,
though.
I mean, Shady's not bad, but
Shady's not playing good.
yeah, he's not playing good either.
the Bills' defense. is gonna hold
Andrew, Tampa Bay is in Carolina.
Oh, lead us off, sir.
Please
Tell
die
us
on this
who you
mountain.
want.
brother. Please keep hating Cam Newton enough that you would pick Tampa Bay and Ryan Fitzpatrick starting.
Ryan Fitzmagic.
Don't say that. If I'm not allowed to say famous Jameis, you're not allowed
Ryan
to say Fitzmagic.
But he's not starting this week.
I don't care.
It's the Fitz
you
show.
told me I can't
It's
say
the Fitzmagic
famous
show.
Jameis because it's not
Sit down,
real.
watch him work. I'm taking the Bucks.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Carolina. Carolina's gonna whoop that ass.
Not only is Carolina, Cam Newton is going to probably run for 3 touchdowns.
Fuck that. Hey, if you play fantasy and Carolina's defense is available this week because they were playing a not as great team last week, pick that team up and stream the fuck out of them. I bet Fitzmagic throws like 2 to 3 interceptions.
Probably 5.
He's gonna get benched
Hey,
for
remember that time?
Benched for James
Yeah,
again. This will
remember
be
that time
game.
he threw 6 interceptions in the first half?
The Bucks.
Nope.
The Bucks.
I got you. You got Carolina. Yeah, not a question.
100%.
All right, this is a quite slightly better game. The Chargers are in Seattle.
What is it?
Chargers are in Seattle.
Chargers.
Coming off fresh off that bye, I'm also picking the Chargers, but we just saw the Seahawks. They upset the
Played
Lions,
Detroit.
right?
They played Detroit.
Yeah, we did.
We got beaten by the Jets and the 49ers without Garoppolo.
That's a good
So
point.
I'm not going to give Seattle stock just because they beat Detroit.
Bad defense. Got it. Houston's in Denver.
Bad everything.
And just to recap, that's going to be Demaryius Thomas. Hopefully he's starting and playing. I don't see. He's
won't
wide
be.
receiver.
I'm
Like he's
pretty
just
sure
throwing
he
like the routes are the same. Just like I learned what they're calling. I hope he torches Denver so badly.
Denver.
I want
was
to see
dumb.
Demaryius Thomas get 2 touchdowns. Like I would just love to see him get 2 touchdowns in this game.
I mean, me too. I just traded for him. So.
Houston's got a better quarterback. Their defense is better. Their run game is better.
I'm taking Houston 100%. They're way better. They're
Yeah.
better.
I
at
just want to
everything.
see Demaryius Thomas have a game.
They're better at
Like
quarterback.
I don't know how I feel about revenge games as like a thing for like why players play better, but I hope that he
Revenge games are great
I mean, they're fun to watch.
because Houston has the better receivers now because Emmanuel Sanders is good.
Yeah, but now it's Emmanuel Sanders and like
Hopkins.
Cortland Sutton. Like yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins is awesome.
Oh yeah.
So now we have better receivers, better running back,
Lamar Miller's looking good right now,
better quarterback,
and so much better defense.
way better defense.
Yeah.
The only thing that Denver has is the better defensive end. Yeah, they have like the second or third best defensive end in the league,
Let's see.
or linebacker, whatever you want to put him at.
This game is gonna see this. This should be the all right. This next game should be the Monday night game. I don't know why it would not even be thought to be set up this way.
Oh.
The Rams are in New Orleans.
That's gonna be an amazing game.
Why is that not? That's not the Sunday night game. That's not the Monday night. Like that's just a normal afternoon
Well, Sunday
game.
night game's fine.
Like how do you know?
Yeah, the Sunday night game's all right.
Yeah, it is,
It should
but-
be Monday night for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
because the Monday night game
They
is
should
trash.
be able to flex that into Monday.
This game is gonna be fucking amazing.
I would, yeah. It's gonna be the game to watch this weekend.
But I'm picking the Rams because
The Saints are favorite.
I think that the Rams are all around better.
The Saints are favorite at home.
They should be fair at home. Like the Saints are great at throwing up 5 touchdowns, and their defense just
I'm
sucks.
taking. Who are you taking?
I'm taking the Rams.
I'm taking the Saints. Drew Brees
I'm taking the Rams, yeah.
is going to have an amazing game. He had a rough game last week.
We'll see.
He always scored. He didn't throw a touchdown. He pretty much had a Tom Brady game last week too. But like
They have to stop.
Alvin Kamara.
Todd Gurley or Alvin
with-
Kamara.
Like I'm taking Todd Gurley, but Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram.
Rams receivers versus Saints receivers.
So the best receiver in the game is
Michael
Michael Thomas,
Thomas.
but second,
But Brandon
third,
Cooks isn't bad.
second, third, and fourth
Or like Brandon
are
Cooks,
Brandon
Robert
Cooks,
Woods.
Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
If he plays.
Yeah, if he plays.
He's supposed to play this week.
But who's after Michael Thomas in New Orleans?
Dead kid.
Yeah, Ted Ginn.
Traquan Smith, whatever the guy.
Traquan, yeah,
He's
rookie.
having a decent season too.
Yeah.
Still
I-
rookie.
I'm taking the Saints. I have a feeling this is going to be that game
That
that
Rams
the
defense
Rams
is going to show up. They have to this week. They
might.
Dude.
That run defense or that,
Oh,
that
I know.
defensive line, dude.
I know.
That defensive line, and Aaron Donald's looking
I'm
good. He
thinking the
killed
same.
it last
What are
week.
we
All
doing?
I know is, yeah, we gotta watch that game, right?
What are we doing for the games this weekend? Yeah, is that a 4:00 game though?
Yeah,
Yes,
425.
So you're not gonna hang out with us.
It's a 4:00 game. I can. I don't have a league till 7. Like, we'll talk about that
I'll
after.
be
Yeah.
at home.
Figure it out.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Because that's anyone that doesn't have a game to watch. That's the game you want to watch. Find some place to watch it. My guess is
I'll
it's
probably
going to
come
be
out here on
showed
Sunday.
Hang
on
out with
TV.
us if you want, if you know us.
I'll probably come out here on Sunday.
Yeah, if you don't have anywhere to watch the game, let
brunch,
us know. We
come
love
to Johnny
watching.
Black's.
Yeah, let us know.
Come to Johnny Black's.
Yeah.
We should get that sponsorship.
Put that plug in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Matt,
Let's do it.
what's up?
Yeah.
All right. The Sunday night game. Green Bay is in New England.
Wait, it's in New England?
It's in New England.
Oh, shit. I was going to say the Packers if it was in Lambeau.
I know who you're taking.
I'm taking the Patriots.
Yeah,
like if it
no
comes like,
shit.
and I'm don't get me wrong. I'm taking them because it's easy for me to like, oh, that's my favorite team. But it's gonna be a good game. I'm excited for it. Two of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
If there was a quarterback to come in Gillette and win, it had to
Patriots
be
defense just
Aaron
sucks.
Rodgers, right?
But neither the Packers defense is
Packers
also
just
not
lost
good.
their best defensive player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Packers and the Patriots both have shitty defenses. It's gonna be an offensive game. Neither has a good run
They held
game.
the Rams. Okay.
Brady versus fucking Rodgers. Like I'm not sure what to tell you.
I'm taking.
You don't want to say the
man.
Packers, but you know you
I don't want to say Tom Brady. I don't want to say Aaron Rodgers. I hate both of them. But I just have a feeling.
I'm taking the Packers.
I have a feeling the Packers are gonna win.
I'm taking the Packers.
All right.
taking
There's
Packers.
desperation that this
I'm
Rodgers, they
taking
gotta win.
Packers.
They have to win.
I have
They're
to.
3-3-1. They have to win.
And the shitty Sunday night game.
No, that's the
No, that's
Sunday
not
night
a game.
The shitty- the shitty
just gonna
Monday
be a
night
shoot-
game.
I think it's just gonna be a shootout, and we're just gonna watch them throw the ball back and forth all game. Like, that's not. That's
you want
all.
Packers Patriots.
Yeah,
You think it's gonna be a shitty
that's
game?
great and all. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna fuck everyone's fantasy team. But that's gonna do. But I don't. I
Yeah.
mean,
Honestly,
it's gonna be. It might
it's
be fun
either,
to watch.
It's either
I hope
super
it's
high
fun to
scoring or
watch.
super low scoring, right?
I hope it's super high scoring because that's a lot more fun to watch. But I think we're gonna see this game won by a blowout. I think it's gonna blow out one way or the other.
It's still gonna be high scoring.
Honestly, I don't think. I think one team's gonna shit the bed and one's not.
Maybe.
I think that's gonna be how it is.
Well, and then we come to Monday night, which is
So bad.
yeah.
So
This doesn't even sound like it was good last year. I don't
It's
understand this.
So
thought.
bad.
It's Tennessee in Dallas. That's just Jerry Jones paying for
Well,
airtime. Like I'm not
you're
sure.
right.
Like do we just blame Jerry Jones
What
for
a
this?
terrible game. Like no one thought Tennessee was a contender coming into this season. No one thought like, oh, Tennessee might make some noise because they didn't do anything in the offseason. Like, what did they do? They
Nothing.
didn't acquire anything. They acquired fucking the running back from
Derek
Deion Lewis.
Deion
Right,
Lewis.
Deion Lewis,
They
yeah,
they
sorry.
grabbed
They had
Deion
Derrick
Lewis
Henry
from the
last year.
Patriots, and Derek Lewis Derrick Henry
Derrick Henry
looking like ass.
He looked
Because
ass
of it.
last year too.
No, he looked decent last year. Behind
he looked-
DeMarco.
him and DeMarco together, Derrick Henry was looking good
He was
because
supposed to
DeMarco
shine. He
looked
was
so
going to,
bad.
but then they got Deion Lewis.
I
And
didn't
then-
like him last year. I don't like him this year.
So we gotta pick that game, guys.
I'm picking Dallas just
Dallas.
because it's
Picking
Zeke.
Dallas.
I think Zeke's
I
better.
can't.
Amari Cooper.
I can't not say Dallas. Shut the hell up.
Amari Cooper.
Like, Amari Cooper's good, but
Dak. It's not that hard for Dak to just throw it up to him.
it is because he sucks. He's a backup quarterback playing starting quarterback.
And Marcus Mariota's playing injured. He's not looking good either. So
I actually like Marcus Mariota though.
yeah.
I like him. He's a good quarterback. He's
All I can say is I'm not looking forward to the Monday night game.
not even close.
So honestly, the Rams Saints game, I'm really excited to watch that.
Yeah. I'm excited to watch Detroit play just because I like watching Detroit play.
No one cares.
It's
Well,
an
like,
NFC North game.
And we get to
it,
watch
too.
the Vikings, see
Yeah.
if they can overcome another shitty team again. Because remember when they got blown up by Buffalo?
I do.
Hey, we didn't even talk about that game. And how bad your team looked against Buffalo.
They didn't look good. It was like a not great offensive scoring game. They won.
It was a
Like,
no
they-
offensive
it's not
scoring
like-
game. It was
It's
kicking.
not
It was
like
special
Buffalo
teams.
like beat them. Like they weren't trailing at all. It's just it was no scoring.
Patriots still won by 19 points.
Well,
It's still ridiculous.
at the end, they were up by. At one point in time, it was 12-9.
Well, yeah, I know, but
Like,
they still
wha-
won by
how are
13.
you
Yeah.
only up by 3 against the fucking Bills? It was Shady playing like ass.
Hey man, Minnesota lost.
Derek
That's fine.
Anderson is your starting quarterback.
divisional games this year have been crazy.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
All right, well, I'm going to sign off for tonight. Everybody enjoy the rest of their week.
And I forgot the joke. I forgot the joke. Hold on. Shut up. I got this. What's green and smells like pork?